although I managed to drop a couple of hinds during my walkabouts through the raw period, this video is going to focus more on a few of the stags that I managed to get in close to and shoot, because let's face it, the raw's only once a year, and we'd rather see a bit of raw action. So on this trip, camped the night in the bush with a couple of mates, and the morning dawned and we were all in our separate ways. So I thought I'll head up this ridge and get a bit of height and see if I can hear any stags. And as I got towards the top, I played games with one stag, but he wasn't committing as much as I'd like him to, so I thought I'd push on around the face to where I could hear another stag making a little bit of noise, and set to work about trying to get in on him. It's a bit unfortunate here. I didn't realise the camera was going to struggle so much with the contrast between the bright sun and the dark bush. But anyway, I thought I had quite a good view of him on the camera. So I got the shot into him, and then a hind and a fawn ran past me just on the sunny side of that shadow line. So sadly, you can't actually see them. I thought I had some not bad footage there, but I guess that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Well, here he is. I think he's a bit older than what I first thought, but just a scrubber. Classic for in here. Gave me a good little hunt after I think I winded what must have been, well, I'm assuming it was a bigger one, or an older one I should say, more smart anyway. And yeah, he had a hind and a fawn with him. Hopefully you see them run past on the head cam. But yeah, I was a bit worried there, no blood, and I was thinking, oh no, did he soak up that shot and survive? But nah, no worries. He wasn't too far from where I shot him at all, really. And he's a bit smaller than I thought he was too, but oh well. It's been good to have a bit of fun with him.
Well, for the remainder of that trip, I got onto a couple more animals, which I had in the scope but opted to leave. And it wasn't until the next trip that I had a bit more stag action, and to be honest, this was probably my favourite action of the whole raw, so I hope you enjoy it. could see the stag rubbing up a tree in the background, and I was trying to look for an opportunity to slip a neck shot through, and I couldn't believe it when this hind came and stood right in front of the whole scene, blocking my view. The camera's not doing it justice here, but she's only a few metres away and getting closer. The fawn's out to my left and the stag's in the background, so there's quite a lot going on through my mind at the moment. Just hoping for a bit of luck to go my way.
Brr. That was bloody exciting, wasn't it? Oh, I thought that hind was going to ruin us for sure. I can still see it down there. Forming that way. Bloody hell. No wonder you're hyped up. Jeez, the bloody hind was right there. Oh, hopefully he can got it. Jeez, he was closer than I thought. He's alright too, isn't he? Alright, there you go. Oh, he stinks. That must have been feeding. He's definitely rubbing that tree just back down there. Hey? Yeah, a couple through the shoulder here somewhere. Bloody hell. That was a good hunt. That's what I do it for. He was much closer than I thought. I thought he was on the next spur over. Cool, we'll get him set up for a better look then. Crikey, Pip. Thought that hind was going to bust us. Well, she just about did. He's a 9. He wanted to be a 10. What the hell? That is eating mahoe. I wonder how old he is. Missing one of his front teeth. Geez, that was exciting. Just the antler and neck and head just rubbing up a tree, but the hind is standing in the way. A lot of vines in the way. Broken the teeth out somehow. Not bad for in here. Not bad at all. well, we ended up getting him. We got pretty lucky, hopefully. Should have some pretty sweet gun cam footage. I'm sure it won't do it justice, but I knew he wasn't far, but I didn't. There's a couple of little folds, and I didn't know whether he was on the same little spur as me, but just on the back side of it moaning, or whether he was on the other side, a bit further away. And thankfully there was another stag across the gully that was keeping him going, because I never made a single noise. I just came around. All of a sudden I could tell I was in a stag territory. She started getting keen, and I could smell that he'd been here. And I thought I heard a little rustle at one point as I was coming around, but every time he moaned it didn't sound that close, but I thought I heard a little crack or something. So I got the camera rolling. See this hind just coming to view. Straight away I thought, oh yeah, that's both really good and really bad. Good that the stag will be with her, you know, something's going to happen, but bad because she was between the stag and I, and she was looking like she could have busted me any second. Thankfully when she did see me, she just took off a little bit and didn't stir things up too much, and he sort of came around to follow, and then I just saw a gap. I think I got him on the move. He was just coming through a little opening, and managed to whack him in the shoulder once. He sort of came up and gave me another chance and got him. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how old he is. I don't think he's ancient, but I don't think he's a baby. He's broken out one of his incisors in the front there somehow, but he's a solid, he's a 9 pointer. He wanted to be a 10, but not bad for this area. It's actually the first stag I've shot out of here. This is my plan B road end. Pulled up at the first one and it was just chocker. So I came to this road end and there was only, I think there were 3 other cars still, but I pushed back. I could hear one party with an electronic caller up higher on the ridge, so I just peeled off and I could hear these 2 that I knew were real stags going. Okay, not fantastic, but good enough obviously. He's a pongy stag. But yeah, nice animal. Down and up and along. The plan.
This raw hunt was a fair bit later in April. The red stags were definitely winding down, and I'd just been hoping to get one last stag and hopefully hear a bit of roaring, which I was lucky enough to get. So yeah, this is the last stag for my 2021 raw.
pretty gutted to have missed that on action camera, to be honest, but I think if I'd moved my hand to operate the camera, he would have probably spooked. He's an interesting stag with a very sort of unique set of antlers in terms of their formation. I think he's only young. I had a quick look at his bottom jaw, he's only a young stag, but man, when you feel around his pedicles, it's so tight there you'd think he's actually a mature old stag. But I'll try and give you a bit of a rundown, wouldn't I? Probably would have blown that if Pip hadn't told me that he was there. Just come charging down through here. I've had a hell of a day. Actually came from this side, went up and over. As I headed across this morning, I thought I heard a moan over on the side that I've been on, and to be honest, I had seen what I thought were fresh stag marks, but I opted not to chase them because the wind was all wrong. You know, as I was coming up this other side, yeah, I thought I heard some moans, but they sounded really funny, really weak. They sounded like a human, and so I thought, oh, I'll check him on the way home. If he's still there, I'll you know, might talk to him, but otherwise I might just push away thinking it was a person. Anyway, I'm on my way back and I'd heard that same moan again out this way. I couldn't tell exactly where, but I thought it still sounds weird, but you know, maybe it is stag. And I think he may have actually crossed, because we're just about in the creek now. He might have been coming over to me. Anyway, I snuck around a bit of a tree, and I could see the stag with his head up looking in our direction, just like a neck shot, and he dropped. So good result in the end. He did need a finisher though, quite a big heavy neck on him and soaked up a bit of lead, but we got him down anyway. He's a funny looking head. He's got a lot of, almost like a seeker comes up and then the brow branches off. I wonder if he's been injured on one side, because you can see this side's a bit bowy. Yeah, big horse with a neck on him though. What do you think about that? You knew he was there. Well, we got his head off. We got meat strewn out all around the bush. We're well into the rut now, and you could tell from his body condition. Also been given a hiding by another stag. He's got a few chip tines in that, and man, the bruising over his body was pretty gnarly. So yeah, I'll definitely mince that fella if it were me. But anyway, everything's been cooling down. It's got quite a consistent, quite a cold breeze. It's perfect for cooling meat down. So whack it all into the PKR, and yeah, get this character head and a load of meat back to the truck and away home.